Welcome to lesson 5. Today we are going to be identifying where food comes from. This is where you're going to be needing to use a couple of different websites. Those links are on the overview sheet for week 2. There are a couple from Espresso. On the same sheet there is a login and a password. So the student username is student164 and the password is walrus, but that is written on the sheet that you've got this link from. There's lots of videos, activities and things on Espresso website, so feel free to do extra reading, to watch things that you find interesting. You could watch the news on there, you could do news bites and things like that. There's also a third website, a third link to a YouTube video. Okay, the printout sheets on the school website is for today's lesson is basically just I've screenshotted the YouTube video, so if anybody wanted it because you're having to share screen time or something, or share computers or devices with siblings, then you could always get that sheet either from school or from the website. So today's lesson is about researching where our food comes from and I'm thinking more about the crops and the animals. So when you eat meat, do you know what type of animal that comes from? When you eat things like bread, do you know what it comes from? Do you know how it's made? So and things like dairy, milk, and cheese as well. Do you know where that comes from? So there are some links available to help you get started, but feel free to do any further research as well. Really, I was thinking of you just writing about different kinds of meat, different types of food that you eat, and saying where that comes from. And that doesn't mean where in the world it comes from, but what it comes from. So for example, bread comes from flour, but what is flour made of? And doing some research on that. Okay, so that's all for today's lesson, but feel free to use the links, and go further with your learning. Really, it'd be really great to find out what you've been finding out about our food. And that's everything for today. Please send your work to us by 3 or at some point today, that'd be great.